Good afternoon, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to advise or telling any of you to copy my trade or like I'm not a financial advisor. This is the disclaimer. I came here, first read it. No setup is going to be framed here. So if you don't like paste over here, you can leave and you can do whatever you want to do. I would love to talk about the price action. I believe that's gonna be insightful for some of you. So that is the intention for coming over here. Are you agree with that, by the way? Let me know that, then I will start talking about this price action. Is that okay if I just talk with the hindsight, or are you going to say that, oh brother, it's hindsight? Good afternoon, Mahamadi. Let's go. Gangjang clear. Good afternoon, Penguin. Good afternoon, Penguins. I think it's okay, right? Yeah, if you don't like it, you can leave it. So it's up to you. This is that hourly chart. If you remember, I talked about this order block in my morning session, and I told that I'm observing this candle. This is the lowest down close body close candle which has traded this fair value gap. While I am in live, lot of things I have to forget. Because I have to work with lot of people. But if you don't forget them and if you mark those things, later you can remind me that. You could do that. So those people who has the confusion, you can watch the morning session live where I specifically talked about this order block from the hourly chart. That I wanted to see this order block will hold the market and send it higher. That was my intention around the morning session. That was my intention from the hourly chart. If you mark a line from that candle close, open, and extend it to your right, you will see how beautifully it has been worked with that order block, and then it went higher. While it went higher, this candle is the lowest down close body close candle, or you can say this one, but I prefer this one because it has created inside the session as my propulsion block. Extend it to your right, you'll see that this candle has tapped to this propulsion block. Would love to see it will go higher and take that buy side liquidity. Now this buy side liquidity is cleared from 15-minute chart. I want to see that it will keep going higher for that buy side liquidity. That is my intention so far. But of course it can fall a bit, but I'm not interested to think about the sell. I'd love to come in this 15-minute chart. So this is the 15-minute chart. In this 15-minute chart, if you remember, I told that I want to see if this market will take this low. Specifically, this low will be taken and it will trade this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, which is also the last fair value gap from that specific price action. I had this buy side liquidity, this high and that high, that they are the relatively equal highs. After taking this buy side liquidity, I have the new buy side liquidity, which is over here. So this is my next buy side liquidity, but of course it has to go through this last fair value gap to take that buy side liquidity. So if it can go through that, then of course it can come over here for the buy side liquidity. Sachin brother, how to overcome from the bias problem? Sachin, were you with me around the morning session today or yesterday from the beginning? Can you please answer me? Did you spend that from 8:45 to 11:30? That's 2.5 hours or 2 hours 45 minutes. Did you were with me? Okay, forget about that. Did you were you with me from 8:45 to 9:30? Just that time, 8:45 to 9:30. Were you with me in that time frame? Just let me know. So here, this was the new day opening gap. This is the 15-minute last fair value gap. I wanted to see that this market will take this low, and more specifically it will trade this 15-minute last fair value gap, then it will start to go higher. Here I framed a sell. If you remember, that 11 candle was too much volatile, 180 handle. I think there was some kind of news, and after that I clearly showed you the profit until the 1 minute last fair value gap. That is different matter. But I told that please don't frame any kind of sell. No sell is valid to me. I'm more interested to look for buy. At the same time, I told that I'm not. What did I say you in the morning session before closing? I told that either market has to come here to take that liquidity, this low and that low, relatively equal lows. It has to take that liquidity and come to this 15-minute fair value gap. Then I will start to look for buy. If the 15-minute candle close below this 15-minute last fair value gap, I'm done. No trade is valid for me. Or if it fail to come here, instead it close above this new day opening gap, 15-minute candle close above the new day opening gap, I will start to look for buy again. Just before closing, I told that this is going to be my plan for the PM session. So there is three types of scenario. First, it will come, take that sell side liquidity, which is this relatively equal lows. Those people are struggling with the bias. This is for them. This will take that sell side liquidity, trade that fair value gap. It came to this fair value gap. I will start to look for buy from here. Nothing is over here except it will come here. I will go for buy. Now maybe market came here but didn't give me any buying opportunity. Instead it has broken this 50-minute last fair value gap. That means it came here. I'm done for trading today. No trade is valid to me. Second case of scenario. Third case of scenario, it will fail to take this sell side liquidity or trade this 15-minute fair value gap. Why? Because now it is inside the 15-minute last fair value gap. Already it is inside this 15-minute big last fair value gap. As well as this market is trading to the top of this 15-minute last fair value gap. As well as it is trading the hourly order block. Lot of things are over here. What is my bias? Bullish. I don't have any sell side liquidity. No sell side liquidity I have. So I have the clean buy side liquidity. I should keep looking for buy. So even if it has missed to take that sell side liquidity, didn't trade this fair value gap, absolutely okay with me. Absolutely okay with me. But I can't take any buy until market doesn't close from 15-minute chart above this new day opening gap. So if it close above this new day opening gap high, I will start to look for buy. This buy side liquidity is my first intention to see, then this buy side liquidity. This is going to be my plan for the PM session. Now those people who are with me around that area, tell me, did I change any of my word or not? Was there anything that I changed after seeing this price action? That is my plan. That means what I'm going to do, that is already pre-planned. If it happens, I will trade. If it doesn't happen, I'm not interested to touch this market. Simple logic. Why you are struggling with this price action? So all you can see, this candle which appeared around 11:30, this is that 11:30 candle which has closed above this new day opening gap. Now there is a problem. We can't trade from 11:30 to 12:50. Now I'm coming in 1 minute chart. But remember, buying is already valid to me because body has closed above this new day opening gap high. I'm no more interested to see this sell side liquidity will be taken and market will trade this fair value gap because market has already closed above this new day opening gap high. I'm only interested to look for buy. This candle closed around 11:30. So after 11:30, when is my first opportunity to look for buy? I will go for the buy. When is the time? 12:50. So my first pushing button will be happen around 12:50. Let's go to the 1 minute chart now. Now here is 1 minute chart. Where is your 12:50? No trade is valid before 12:50. Not even a single pushing button is valid before 12:50. So from lunch hour to until 12:50, I'm not interested to trade any kind of trade. All of this run, I'll let them go. This is that low buy side liquidity. Remember this buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, that was that buy side liquidity, and I have this extreme buy side liquidity over here from 15 minute chart. This is the extreme buy side liquidity from 15 minute chart. So maybe you are watching this market and you have seen that there is a perfect setup that is going toward your buy side liquidity. Are you going to take that entry? Of course not. If you touch this market inside this lunch hour, you will hurt yourself most of the time. But brother, it worked perfectly. Today it worked, tomorrow it is not going to work. Today it has worked perfectly, tomorrow it is not going to work perfectly. Let this go. keep praying that before 1250 market is not going to take that buy side liquidity. I will come to this 15-minute chart one more time and I will mark this. Look at that line. Okay, that line is my first opportunity to go for the buy. Here I have this 15-minute bullish parallel gap, so I'm going to mark that bullish parallel gap from 15-minute chart. Here, this is that 15-minute bullish parallel gap. While market came here around 1250, did it take that buy side liquidity? No, it didn't take that buy side liquidity. What should you start to think? This market is going to fall and going to take this sell side liquidity? Of course not. You will think about this sell side liquidity again if you see this market keep falling and closed below this the new day opening gap. Then and only then you will start to look for sell for this sell side liquidity by thinking that market is going to leave their buy side liquidity for later. Maybe I'm not going to touch this market until market show me any bullishness to look for that buy side liquidity. Until then you will keep looking for sell while the market will close below this new day opening gap. Now what happened over here around 1250, I will start to look for buying opportunity. Now what happened? All of this area, keep watching this area. Is there any buying opportunity? No. Brother, this is a buying opportunity. That means while this candle appeared on the chart, that specific candle, then this is a valid order block. I am more interested to look for buy over here. What is the reason for that? Because it has traded this parallel gap. Now I'm not interested to do that. Why is that? Because here this low, though it has taken this swing low or that swing low or that swing low, but this trade is trading over here around this area. This market is coming from the very deep premium. This is the premium. This is your buy side liquidity. This is a sell side liquidity. This market has fallen, come until this area. I'm not interested to look for buy from here. Why? Because this is the premium area, very premium. As I have all of this parallel gap around here from 1 minute chart, though this has traded this 15-minute bullish parallel gap, but still I'm not interested to look for the buy from this candle or this area. At the same time, if you take a closer look around this area, you can see this is an inversion parallel gap. You can say there is some kind of 22 YT model. I don't know what you will do, but I'm not interested to look for the buy from here as it is in the deep premium. So even if I miss this trade, I'm okay with that. I will just sacrifice this trade. So I'm not interested to take entry from there. Then market fall again, this fall. While it happened on the chart, market came to this area. Now it has traded this 15-minute bullish parallel gap more deeply. It came exactly until to this area. Here, if I mark the last parallel gap, this is my last parallel gap from 1 minute chart. Here is the 1 minute last parallel gap. This is the entry parallel gap. All I know that market is going to trade the deep discount. Okay. While I have seen this low, believe me or not, I was seeing it has traded that volume imbalance. That means the entry parallel gap has been traded over there. So I was interested to frame a trade from the propulsion block over here. If you are with me in my Discord, you already have seen that. Observe that candle to look for that buy side liquidity. Observe means not take the entry, wait for the propulsion block. If I see the entry opportunity, I simply do that in my Discord. Mark that on from order block, put it in a logical level and show it to you. So those people who are with me in my Discord, because I got an objection. Okay, one guy just gave me the message and told me that why did you frame that trade? It didn't work. Now, first of all, I'm not saying to copy my trade. Even if I frame it like this way, you should not copy my trade. You should take your own responsibility of your win or loss. I'm not going to take any responsibility. Go and check in my Discord what did I say over there exactly. Observe that 13-18 candle for that buy side liquidity. Observing means not taking entry. Is there anyone who can tell me that observing means I mean that is your entry opportunity? I clearly say that is my buying opportunity. If I see there is an entry opportunity, I clearly told that. So while I have seen it has traded this entry parallel gap, that was my mistake because market didn't, even until now I didn't know that it didn't trade the entry parallel gap. Just now I have seen that it didn't trade that entry parallel gap, but until then I was seeing this has traded that entry parallel gap. So I will love to observe that candle as my order block, and then I will frame my trade from my propulsion block. Simple. My trade will be from propulsion block. Why is that? I have this what to say that last fair value gap. Below this last fair value gap, I have this clean sell side liquidity. Look at this sell side liquidity over here. See this sell side liquidity? This is too much clean. I don't like this type of clean things. It was too clean. So while I have seen this clean, I'm not interested to look for that order block to take my entry. I need the confirmation. That is why I told observe that candle, then look for your entry opportunity. If this candle proved you that this market is going to take that buy side liquidity from propulsion block, you will enter into the market. Is there any confusion to anyone over here? Because I don't like to make it so much controversial. I don't want to explain it in a very complicated way. My speaking style is very specific. There is a trade, I clearly say that that is my buying opportunity. I would love to go for buy from there. If that is not my setup, I clearly tell that I would love to fill the market, or I'm going to observe this thing, or I'm watching what is going to happen. If it can give me an entry opportunity, I'll go from there, but not from here. My entry opportunity, I clearly tell that I would love to go for buy from there, or I would love to take entry over there. So you can't blame me. It didn't work over there. I was expecting it will work, but now I can see that it didn't trade this entry fair value gap. So the way it didn't work, it is more logical. How did I know that market will come to the deep discount? Because it was coming from the deep premium. I have already talked about this lot of time. After 1250, my entry opportunity, I will go for the trade. So this time market didn't work over here, came to this last fair value gap. This fair value gap is a very specific fair value gap, a very specific fair value gap. While this market came here, do I have any higher time frame PDRA? Of course, I have the higher time frame PDRA. What else do you see? I'm going to remove this line from my chart. What do you see? This buy side liquidity. What is that buy side liquidity? Relatively equal highs. Relatively equal highs has been built as a strongest buy side liquidity. In the mentorship video, I have talked about this strongest buy side liquidity over here, and if you are with me over there, you already know how to look for the strongest buy side liquidity. So it has made that buy side liquidity much more stronger. Then it came to the deep discount. While it came to the deep discount, the lowest down close body close candle is going to be my order block. Very specific thing, brother. This is my order block. I love to frame my trade from this order block. While this candle appeared on the chart, I would love to take my buy from this order block. So if this candle tapped to this order block, I would love to take my entry from there. Now, where you are going to put your stop loss, that is different matter, because this is highly volatile, and of course, if it is highly volatile, you won't be able to put your stop loss by taking entry over there by covering that order block. You can think about the mean threshold or something else. I don't want to talk about that. This candle didn't tap to this order block. What does it mean? I have missed the opportunity to take my entry. That was my bias. I'm more interested to take the buy from here. It didn't give me that. Here you told that you are observing this order block and you would love to take the entry from the propulsion block, and here you are saying that you would love to take the buy from this order block. What is the reason? Last fair value gap is the reason. This sell side liquidity over here, which is which has built over here above this is my last fair value gap. No, brother, that is not last fair value gap. This is your last fair value gap. I don't mark them. I don't mark them. I don't see them as my last fair value gap because this is too small. I don't mark them as my last fair value gap, but it is last fair value gap. Okay, then this is your entry fair value gap. Go for that. Entry and last fair value gap has the same power, almost same power for the first time. As this market came to this last fair value gap, I'm going to see the history is gonna be repeat. What do you mean by that? Remember this sell side liquidity over here? Above this sell side liquidity, where is your last fair value gap? From 1 minute chart, where is your last fair value gap? This is your last fair value gap from 1 minute chart. What happened over there? Market came to this last fair value gap, failed to take that sell side liquidity. This is the power of the last fair value gap. I have explained this last parallel gap thousands of the time in my live streaming. The power of the last parallel gap. This is the power of the last parallel gap. If this market would love to take this sell side liquidity, it has to close below this last parallel gap. If it failed to close below this last parallel gap, this is not going to be taken. It has the power to stop the market, send it higher again. It has that much power. Now, 1 minute last parallel gap has that power? Of course not. You have to have the 15-minute higher time frame confluences. What is that higher time frame confluences from 15-minute chart? 15-minute last parallel gap top rejection. After the constant and crossment rejection, this is the top rejection. I was looking for buy and it is going for buy. So many people after seeing this started to think, brother, it is now going to fall. What did I explain over there around this area? I'm more interested to look for buying opportunity over there. I'm not interested to look for sell until 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. is going to tell me that is market coming for this sell side liquidity or not, because the last hour is very important in Friday. So I'm so sorry for adding this. I will come here after a bit, but those people who started to think this is a bearish market now, they're wrong. In my opinion, they're wrong. But of course, if you are looking for sell, you can go for it. It can of course fall for this sell side liquidity. While this market came to this last parallel gap, my mind knocked me here. Wow, last time it failed to take that extreme sell side liquidity by the power of the last parallel gap. Here, this is the sell side liquidity, last parallel gap, the power of last parallel gap. If it can tap to this order block, I'm going to take the buy over here. I would love to take the risk over here from that order block to go higher. How long? Until that buy side liquidity. But brother, you have missed that trade. I have missed this trade today, but tomorrow I'm gonna catch that run. I know that this market is going to take that buy side liquidity because I'm reading the market from all the long before here. This is very specific thing. There is no confusion. No confusion. What else can happen? Maybe it has provided me the buying opportunity, and because of the stop loss, as it is too much, maybe I have covered the min threshold of that order block. For example, order block, and then I got stopped out in the min threshold. What I will do, I will take re-entry while the market will close above the order block. I will take re-entry over there. I don't care about that, but I am doing the some specific thing. How did you know that market is going to take that buy side liquidity? Watch my morning session live. You will simply understand that why I was looking for the buying opportunity. But the whole day market was bearish. No, the whole day market wasn't bearish. In the morning session, it was seek and destroy mode, and market did all the destroyer thing in the morning session. Same like yesterday. I was bullish. The morning session was destroyed mode. It has destroyed, and the PM session gave me my run. So in the morning session, I will try to take my entry until it is going to provide me that opportunity. If it is, specific loss, I will be okay with that. If it is a profit, then maybe I will be done. In the morning session, we have perfectly framed the buying opportunity. Do you remember? Our first presented gap worked perfectly, but because of the volatility, we got 125 handle loss. One loss for 25 handle. Then we have framed 40 handle profit, 78 handle profit, or 80 handle profit. Did you remember that? One loss, then another profit from there to there. Now, this is all about the price action. If you want to learn this price action, you have to let this run go. You can't think that, man, I have missed this trade, that means I am going to chase this market. If some of you has maybe pushed the button from this parallel gap and got that profit over here, is that small? Of course not. It's near about 65 handle. And after catching that run, maybe you took the entry like this, 1:2. After catching this run, you are thinking that you have done a good job. No, man, you didn't do a good job. All you have done, you have told yourself, I can chase the market. So tomorrow, this habit is going to stop you out, and until you blow your account, you will keep getting stopped out because you are building a habit because of you have missed the best opportunity to take the buy from there. This is the game of psychology and the price action. Price action will tell you where you should enter. Psychology will tell you if you miss that entry, don't touch that market. Brother, sometimes if you miss the entry, then you showed us some more entry opportunity. Is there any other entry opportunity? Do you really see anything over here? Nothing. How many times I keep talking about the consequences? There should have been some kind of consequences. If the consequences is over here, I'm more interested to take my buy over there. If the consequences is not over there, I'm not interested to trade in that area. Simple logic. I missed it. I'm very happy to that. Maybe I have missed the order block entry. There is a I will love to take the entry from this propulsion block. I missed the propulsion block entry, so there is an unfilled gap. Above the unfilled gap, maybe there is another fair value gap. I would love to take that above fair value gap to take the buy until it is not taken. Something has to be there to enter into the market. Now, I told you to observe this candle. You took the entry over here with 10 mini contract, then you got stopped out, you blow your account, and you are going to blame me. You are going to give me the blame. Do you know what you are doing actually? You are actually trying to avoid accepting your mistake. You are saying that I took that entry because of T2. I didn't take it, so this is not my fault. This is his fault. Man, don't do that. You're losing your money. If you give me the blame, keep giving me the blame, nothing is happening to me. You are not learning this, man. You are not learning this. Now, I would love to add something over here. If you take a closer look around this area, market has taken the liquidity, then it has traded the order block, the lowest candle order block, which is the order block. Then this is the propulsion block. This is that unfilled gap. If this candle could tap 100% this gap, 100%, I would use this candle as my breaker block. Now I'm showing you something. You would love to believe me or not, it's up to you. See this candle? I could simply say that this is my breaker block, and look how beautifully it is respecting this breaker block. Look, it is going higher. See how accurate I am. No sir, it is not my breaker block. But brother, it's low, high, lower low. This is your breaker block and it is respecting. No sir, it is not my breaker block. But it is working. I don't care. I simply don't care. If it works or not, I don't care. But this is not my breaker block, because here the things I was looking for, I didn't get it. If I could get it, I could use this candle as my breaker block. I could say that this is my breaker block, which is going to give me 95% win rate. 95 times out of 100, I will get my profit. It is working, brother. It should work. But I'm not saying this is the breaker block. It is happening for the breaker block. Some of you do this type of things. While you see this type of things, you forget about everything else. Instead, you mark that on and start to believe that this is the breaker block. You are doing the bad practice. It's not the breaker block. But ICT told low, high, lower, low is the breaker block. Man, in this market, you will get thousands of the breaker block. If you just look for low, high, lower, low, there has to be some kind of signature that will give you the confidence to mark your breaker block. Now, I have my own rules. I would love to use that on. If you want to use it, it's up to you. If you don't want to use it, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. Trust me, while I told here that please don't think that this is a bearish market, it's a bullish market, and then market started to fall, some of them started to think that, brother, this time you are wrong. Market is not going to fall. It's not going to go higher. It is falling. What happened over here? This is the fact. If you work with the fact, you will be very confident about your bias. Yeah, sometimes you will be wrong, man, please, sometimes you will be wrong, but most of the time you will be right. Anybody has any question? It's not rant. It's all about the price action. It's all about how to accept missing opportunity. You have to accept that one. You don't have any other opportunity. Can I force the market? Of course I can force the market. I'm not interested to force the market. If I would love to enter into this market, I can mark a lot of things over here. Lot of things I can mark over here to give me the entry opportunity. I'm not going to do that. Why is that? Because I don't want to build a bad habit. You want to build it? Go for it, man. Hello, brother. Jandra Moni. Bro, I just closed trade and it crashed. No, it didn't crash, brother. Mickey. If you closed the sale, you did the best job, brother. It's my opinion. Hey, Miguel. How to mark wall? What did you mean by how to mark wall? These levels. What specifically you mentioned, brother? Nobody has no question. Nobody is listening to me. Nobody is writing anything. I'm confused. I just came to explain this price action because I was needed to explain this price action. I was needed it because it will help you to have a beautiful idea about the price action. I don't want to see that this market will close one tick below this fair value gap. See this fair value gap? It's not a trade idea. I don't want to see that this market will close one tick below this fair value gap. If it do that, this sell side liquidity is going to be taken. If it close below this fair value gap consequent encroachment, it is going to take that sell side liquidity. This is my expectation. Am I going to take this entry? Of course not. Why? Because my bias is bullish. I'm more interested to look for buy. For what? For this buy side liquidity. But brother, it's too far. Of course it's too far for this closing time of Friday. I'm not going to hold my trade for this one, but still I have the buy side liquidity. I have to keep thinking about that. But market is more interested about this clean loss. This is why I will wait for 3 p.m. While the 3 p.m. will appear on the chart, I will first look for that sell side liquidity. Until 3 p.m. I'm not interested to look for sell because today is Friday. So while the 3 p.m. will happen, then I will start to look for sell. If it can frame any sell. By the way, it is what it is. Gangjong and checking the chart. That's cool. Are these videos on Discord to learn how to get the order block, etc.? You will get everything in the study folder. If you go to the study folder, then you will get those videos from our YouTube channel, brother. Brother, you told that this market, if it closes below this constant encroachment, it will take that sell side liquidity, but it is not going to that sell side liquidity. I told that is my expectation. If it happens, I will go for sell. If it doesn't happen, this is my order block. I would love to take my buy from there, not from this fair value gap. I will take my buy from this order block. It will tap to this order block. I will take the buy over there with so much confidence that market is going to reach until this rejection block. Until this rejection. This is all about expectation and the observation. So you are saying two type of things. First, you are saying if market closed below this constant encroachment, it is going to take that sell side liquidity. Then you saw that market has closed again here. You are now saying that you would love to take the buy from the order block. What do you mean by that? This means my expectation is it will close below this fair value gap. Then it will keep falling for that sell side liquidity. That is my expectation. According to the price, it should do that. While it didn't do that, that means it is still holding the bias for that buy side liquidity. So I have to switch to the buy. That means as my bias is bullish, I will start to look for buy again. This is the opportunity to take the buy. Here I'm observing, here I'm taking my entry. Do you understand? This is called observation and taking entry. Now, brother, market didn't give me the entry opportunity from the order block. You missed the trade. Simply you have missed the trade. It's not that much difficult, brother. Observation means waiting for something to happen. It's not a trade idea. That means it has closed here. Now I'm going to take my sell from this area. No, you're observing it. Can it keep falling and take that sell side liquidity? Why I can't take that sell? Because your bias is bullish. You are expecting the bull run. That is why you can't take the sell. You have to let that sell go. If this sell side liquidity is taken, you will expect that unfinished business is going to be finished. If it come here to this order block, you will start to look for buy again. That is your area to start to look for buy again. It didn't give you that, so it has closed here. What does it mean? It has built the order block over there. So you are going to take the entry from the order block now. Why? Because your bias is bullish. Market has given you an opportunity to take the buy. Do you understand the differences between buy and sell? Do you understand the differences between observation and taking entry? How to read this market? This is the way. Some place you have to observe the market, then wait for the entry opportunity. Some place you will get the opportunity to enter into that market. If it doesn't give you the entry, that is different case of scenario. Okay, I'm not interested to talk about that. But if it give you the entry, how much confident you will be to take that buy? 100% confirmed I will take that buy and it will work. If it doesn't work, I'll take that loss. I know that if I take 2 losses or 3 losses, I'm going to be done. Simple. Brother, you give so deep knowledge. Thanks. Hey Joyden, thanks for that comment. There is way writing. Okay, man. How to master price action, the steps to take besides watching you. Practice. You have to practice. The things I'm saying you, the logic I'm saying you have to practice them. See this candle? Please don't copy this trade because I'm not here to frame any setup. So no setup is going to be framed. It is just for the sake of this conversation. So this is the idea. Okay, this is the idea. So if it tap to this side, oh, by the way, I forgot one more thing. If there is an order block and there is a fair value gap above this order block, I forgot about that. So I'm not saying after seeing this, all of you know that. If you have any confusion, watch my previous stream. You will clearly know that. If there is an order block and above this order block, there is a fair value gap. What should you do? Can anyone give me this reply? If you ever take any notes, you already know that what you should do. Is there anyone who can tell me that what I would do in this type of situation? If there is an order block and there is a fair value gap just above that order block, where will be my entry and where will be my stop loss? Anybody can tell me that. I will know that if any of you actually take the notes or not by this reply. Anyone. I just need one guy to tell me that you took the entry, man. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Your entry will be from this fair value gap, top of this fair value gap, and you are going to just save the open of that order block. Just the open of that order block, nothing else. Now sometimes you can get hurt. So if it is able to cover like 1 or 2 handle of that open, that is the best case of scenario, because wick did the damage sometimes. I prefer to put my stop loss exactly 1 tick below that open, and then I would, if I get stopped out, I'll look for re-entry opportunity. Where my entry will be from this fair value gap, just from that fair value gap. But where is your target? This rejection block. If this is 41 handle stop loss, 41 handle target. If I take the entry over here, am I going to hold my trade until 41 handle without any partial? Anybody can tell me that. Where my stop loss is 13 handle or 14 handle, something like that. Am I going to hold my trade until 41 handle without any partial? If not, if I would love to take the partial, where I will take the partial. For example, there is no level. For example, you can take the partial 1 tick above that high. You have the partial level. But just think that there is no partial level. No partial level. If there is no partial level, where I will take the partial. For example, there is no partial level. If there is no partial level, where I will take my partial. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Mourad. What the order block open? Entry from fair value gap. Absolutely, Jonathan. David, I would enter in fair value gap. Stop below order block. No, it's too much. Below the stop loss, it's too much. You can't do that. You have to cover just the open of this order block, because this fair value gap has invalidated this order block. So this order block has been invalidated by this fair value gap. Though I told that I'm not interested to frame any trade, I have already framed a trade. I'm the baddest guy ever. So do you understand how to look for entry opportunity and how to observe the market? Did I ever say that take the buy from this fair value gap? No, I can't take the buy from this fair value gap. I have to observe this fair value gap. If this market doesn't close below this constant encroachment of this fair value gap, that means it is extremely bullish and it will give me the opportunity to take entry for sure. 100% sure I'm going to get that opportunity. If it close over here, now it is 50-50. Am I going to get the profit, or sorry, am I going to take that buy and get my profit, or am I going to, is it going to fall and take that sell side liquidity? So while this candle appeared on the chart, now I'm confirmed it is going to go at least until that rejection block. Then I will observe the 50% of that candle a week if it is valuable or not. If there is a fair value gap, this is my trade. Now maybe I got stopped out. What I'm going to do? It will close above this fair value gap. I'll take re-entry over there. Then I got stopped out again. It will close above this fair value gap. I'll take re-entry over there. It stopped me out again. I'm done. I'm done. Please don't add any new names, because what I'm saying you, it is logical. I am talking about the logics. So if you are asking me about the unicorn model, I will say that it's something that is a fancy name. It's just a fancy name. In this market, this is all about the price action. Candle close, PDRS, nothing else. That unicorn model, it's just a fancy name of the breaker block and the fair value gap. This is just a fancy name, nothing else. You will see, I'm saying you, okay brother, go and watch how many unicorn model work perfectly, how many it works. This is just for your observation. I'm not saying there is nothing called unicorn model. Of course there is, but how many times it works, brother? Okay, I need to do something actually. I have some ICT PhD holder here, so I need to do this. Just a second. I don't want any ICT PhD holder here. Because I have already proved so many ICT PhD holder wrong in my life a lot of times. Now the PhD holder will be gone. Sorry, Mahadi. I forgot to make it subscriber only. These ICT PhD holders actually broke all the YouTubers. Because if anyone would love to give something, these ICT PhD holders don't let them to give them something. By the way, when it was 15, that means 3 p.m. I forgot about that. Let's guys, bro, I need some more info about market structure. Any advice or videos to watch? Brother, I have made some video in study folder so that you can have a basic idea about the ICT trading. But most of my things are in my live stream. Most of my teaching is done in my live stream. So if you focus everything from the beginning until the end, instead of doubting, you will learn, brother. The market structure, the bias, everything you will get. But do you know the problem? I'm not saying this to you, Ganjo. I'm saying this to some people. The problem is they watch sometimes to me, sometimes to other people, sometimes to other people, sometimes to other people. Okay, they keep rolling here and there, here and there, here and there. It is absolutely not good for them. Not only for them, but also for a lot of people. It's not good. Do you know why? Because you have to study one guy. The way I studied just ICT, I never learned anything from anybody else except ICT himself. Never ever. Not even a single thing I have learned from anyone else except ICT. I can simply say that. Clearly, I can say that. Bro, can you tell me how to identify order block within few seconds? No, brother, I can't do that. Within few seconds, I can't do that. Ravi, don't laugh, man. I'm sorry. I really don't want to see some ICT PhD holder over here because I'm learning, so I don't want to learn something wrong from someone else except ICT himself. I don't know that you are live again. Brother, I just came because one guy gave me a personal message. I didn't like it. That's why I came here. Otherwise, I didn't have any intention to come to live here in this PM session. And I had no intention to set up any to frame any setup. Unfortunately, there was a setup according to my explanation. So I had to go for that. 10,290. It's not 290, it's 289. I still need one more guy to make it 290. Mahdi, where are you, man? Where is your OCD, man? Where is Mohurad? Gangdon, can you please mention me which video you are talking about ICT? Maybe I will have an idea about the market structure, which you are intentionally, I mean, you are personally telling me to explain. Which video you are talking about? Market structure, which video, brother? Because all of these things are market structure. Just a second, okay? Well, I prefer to close this market in between these two lines. I really prefer to close this market in between these two lines, 20% and 30% line. Wow, OCD has worked. Someone has subscribed. Who is that? Who is that guy who has made our OCD satisfied? Brother, I have already made a video about order block. Can you please watch that video in study folder, Katie Khan? I have explained everything over there about order block. This is the order block, this is the propulsion block. Not from there, actually, my mistake. This is the propulsion block, and this week 50% you can mark. It can be reversed from that week 50%. If it failed to close above this 50% of that week, then it can go for that sell side liquidity, which is acceptable. That week 50% I would love to observe. If you ask me to take entry over here, am I going to take the entry from this order block? 100% no. I would love to take my entry from this propulsion block. Why I'm not interested to take my entry from this order block? Because it takes too much time to come back again until that order block. So let me mark the open of this order block as it has been traded that open. Okay, so I'm not interested to take my entry from this order block. I would love to take my entry from this propulsion block, from here. From there, stop loss has to cover that order block open. I'm not able to do that because of 38 handle. So what I will do, I will mark the 50% of this propulsion block, just the 50% of this propulsion block, and I will put my stop loss below that 50% of that propulsion block. We'll take a partial around this 50% of that week, and then we'll put my stop loss to the break even, not break even actually, below this candle. We just traded this propulsion block, one tick below that candle, and then we'll hold my trade until that swing high. It's not the buy side liquidity, it's just a swing high. Why I will take the partial over here? Because this week 50% can stop the market, send it back into this range, 20% and 30% range. Into this range I have to sell side liquidity, and as it is the last hour is important for the TGIF, so it can start to fall for that TGIF. Can you frame a sell over here? Of course I can do that, but for that I have to wait this fair value gap to be broken. While this fair value gap will be broken, I can frame the sell setup for the sell side liquidity here and then here. Who was that guy who was subscribed at last and made it 290 subscriber? I'm working now. It's my only free time to check your live streaming. Hey Moni, around the PM session, most of the time I'm really too much busy, brother. Jerry, you mean MSS? Okay guys, I think I missed all of your comment. I just let me read some and then ask me, while I will ask you to ask me the question. I learned a lot of bullshit. Sorry if I explained the bullshit to you, Jerry. What did you say? Bullshit from others before finding ICT and you. Oh, okay. That's a big compliment, brother. That's a big compliment. I thought you told me that you learned bullshit from me. It hurt me, man. But thank you so much. Netkit IT2, would you be able to go over the whole process one more time about how to determine what to do from a setup? First thing, look at weekly chart and the expectations, etc. Okay, I'm coming. I'm going. Okay, Netkit, I'm going. Just give me. Let me read all the comment. No, Ravi, I has not. Okay. 10 more for what? Oh, okay, 300 subscriber. No, I'm not going to get that. Daily is equal to 15 is equal to 1 minute execution. That's the best case of scenario. JLOL, okay, 10 more subscriber, I'll quit smoking. No, I'm not going to get that. Murat, don't worry, brother. You don't need to quit smoking for me. Brother, please tell me how I can overcome from my bias problem. Sachin, I have already asked you some question. You didn't ask, reply me, brother. This was disgusting price action today. High resistance. I don't think so. It was beautiful to me. I don't know about other people. Thank you for your streams based on YouTube. Hey BST, that's a great compliment, brother. Tito, I'm the one who subscriber. It's Hafiz. I did it from my wife's account. Oh man, I need new people, not more subscriber. Please try to understand, man. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Netkit, I'm going for you one more time from the very beginning, from the weekly chart to until the 1 minute chart with the execution, everything. Okay, this is all hindsight, but trust me, man, everything I told before it happened. This is the weekly chart This is the last parallel gap from the weekly chart. Before market came to this weekly last parallel gap, I was bearish until this last parallel gap. It was absolutely here, the last parallel gap. I just marked the entry gap and the last parallel gap all together. Okay, so it could reverse from the entry gap or the last parallel gap. It has been marked over there. As it came to this last parallel gap, I just marked that last parallel gap. No, I never said that I was bearish. I never said that I was bearish, Newson. You are wrong, brother. I never said that. My live is over here. My streaming is over here. Everything is over here. I never said that I'm bearish. I'm challenging. If you can prove me wrong, if you can give me just one area where I told that I'm bearish today, I will stop trading. I will stop coming over here. I say that because I'm so much confident about myself. I never was bearish. Okay, whatever it is. While this market was falling, that was my last line. I told that while this market will fall until this area, after reaching over here, it will be bullish again for all-time high and to the moon. I'm not saying it is going to happen, but I would love to wait for more confirmation, and then I will start to look for all-time high and for the moon. From the weekly chart, I have nothing to say over here. I'm just bullish. I don't have any PDRA. I don't have anything that I can use for the bearish PDRA. I have nothing over here. So I would love to start from the daily chart. In this daily chart, let me actually keep it in daily chart as well. Just give me a second. In daily chart, okay. So this is the daily chart. In this daily chart, this is the last parallel gap. So in today's morning session, I told that, look, I'm going for this daily bias one more time. So those people are struggling with the bias. Listen to me very carefully. Everything I'm saying right now, it is all hindsight, but I told that before it happened. I am bullish for all-time high, of course, for this resistance zone here, this resistance zone, I'm bullish. While this market is going higher, this is the last parallel gap, market is struggling to break it. So while it will be broken, this market will keep going higher. This is the highest up close body close candle that has traded this parallel gap after the market structure shift and liquidity taken. This is the parallel gap, market has traded this parallel gap. This is the order block, market has traded this order block. This whole candle is just a reaction. While this reaction is happening, I am not interested to think that market is bearish and going to take that low. I will look for sell again from my higher time frame, very higher time frame. If market can break this parallel gap, then I will start to look for sell again. Or if there is a bearish parallel gap from the daily chart, maybe I will be bearish for a short period of time, but not a bearish. I'm not bearish from my longer term until there is something that will tell me I'm bearish. I'm extremely bullish. No bear run, nothing. Bullish. From the daily chart, all I know that market is struggling to break this last parallel gap. So it is giving us some kind of reaction both from this last parallel gap and the order block. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Just let me know. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you. So from the daily chart, nothing I have to mark except that last parallel gap. So I am expecting that this last parallel gap will be broken and then market will keep going higher. That is my expectation until there is some kind of bearish signature market is going to create. Then I'm extremely bullish. Now in hourly chart, yesterday I told that I'm not interested to see that this market will come to the discount level or the equilibrium, the 50%. I am not interested to look for that. I'm more interested that market will work with the upper portion or the premium zone and then it will start to go higher. Now wick did the damage. Wick came to the equilibrium. Okay. no worries, but I'm bullish. I'm not bearish. I am not bearish. I am clearly saying you, I am not bearish. I am bullish from my hourly chart. Let me remove this thing. Here I was wrong. I didn't want to see market will touch that equilibrium, but it has touched this equilibrium. That is the area I was wrong. But still I'm holding my bias, bullish bias. I can clearly see that the wick came here. Body didn't close there. I'm still bullish. If the body could close here, I would be confused here and I would say that this is the lowest probable area to trade. Please don't trade it because I don't know what is going to happen. While I have seen that this wick came here but body didn't even touch the equilibrium, I'm more interested to look for buy. If you go to the line chart where you are not going to see this wicks, so body are going to tell you the story. Going to remove this, instead going to mark that hourly bullish fair value gap. Okay, so this is the hourly bullish fair value gap. Later I will remove this hourly bullish fair value gap from my chart because I'm more interested to mark the 15-minute last fair value gap. This is the constant encroachment of that hourly bullish fair value gap, perfectly holding the market. That constant encroachment of that bullish fair value gap, that is the upper portion. Market is working with the upper portion. It is not working with the lower portion. But wick came. I don't care about the wick. I read the market depending on the body or depending on the candle, not by the wick. So it has worked with the upper portion of this fair value gap. I'm more interested to look for buy. Now, if I am looking for buy, for example, this is a 1 minute chart. I would love to push my button. Where I would love to push my button. No, I'm not interested to push the button from this fair value gap because I don't know how far it will fall. So I will wait for the order block. This was the order block for today. This was the order block for today. Around the morning session, I clearly told that this is for news on. This is the order block I'm observing. This order block will hold the market and send the market higher for this buy side liquidity. Now, from our hourly chart, it doesn't seem like a buy side liquidity. Sorry, here, this buy side liquidity, but from 15-minute chart, there is so beautiful buy side liquidity. I will show them from the 15-minute chart. This was the order block I was observing around the morning session, and my intention was this market is going to reverse from this order block. That was my expectation from the hourly chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Going to remove this fair value gap to here. Okay, from hourly chart to 15-minute last fair value gap because I love 15-minute chart. That is why I love to mark the 15-minute last fair value gap. It came here to the constant encroachment. Then I'm more interested to see the reversal to the top of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. I'm more interested to think this is a bullish market for what? For this buy side liquidity over here, there. This is that buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart as well as this buy side liquidity. So I was more interested to see this buy side liquidity is going to be taken by today. Around this area, I had a new day opening gap. How I'm going to use that new day opening gap? If the market is above the new day opening gap, I will keep looking for the buy until that buy side liquidity. If this market is below this new day opening gap, I'm not interested to look for buy. As my bias is not bearish, I don't have any sell side liquidity over here. I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. I repeat, I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. No sell is valid to me. Now, if it fall, how far it can fall? For example, it is below this area. So let me actually use it like this way. Around 9:30 here. Okay. So around this area. Oh, okay, I can't do it from this chart. I have to go to the other chart. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. If it keep falling, how far it will fall? I told that I prefer this market will take this low, then it will trade this 15-minute last fair value gap here. This is that 15-minute last fair value gap. It will trade that 15-minute last fair value gap and then it will start to go higher. I will frame my buy from here until new day opening gap low, and then when the market will close above this new day opening gap high, I will start to look for buy again for this buy side liquidity. It is very specific and very simple. No sell is valid to me. I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell as I don't know what is the last line of that fall. It will come here or not, I don't care, because it is trading the 15-minute last fair value gap. Inside this last fair value gap, I'm asking market to give me more precision over here, the more precise price action over there. Look how I am framing my trade. I'm saying that I am bullish today. If it keep falling, I'm not interested to trade. So today's bias is wrong. I am wrong today. My market is bearish, but I was looking for buy. So I will miss every kind of sell. I'm not going to take any kind of sell because I don't have any end line. This is how I'm going to go for my bias. Why you are struggling for that bias? You should just look for one thing, and that is your liquidity. Where is your liquidity? From 15-minute chart, where is your liquidity? Show me that liquidity. I don't see any liquidity over here. So if I don't see any liquidity, that is not my bias. My bias is bullish. I'm more interested to see market will take this buy side liquidity. After that, if it is overzealous, it can go for that buy side liquidity. Market came here, take that low. Now I'm coming in 1-minute chart. Now we'll talk about the price action. Okay, this is our first presented fair value gap. Let me put it until this area. This is our first presented fair value gap. The first presented fair value gap entry worked perfectly. Volatility stopped us out because we can't put our stop loss the most logical level below that candle. We can't do that. So I'm more interested to look for buy from that fair value gap, but I'm not able to put my stop loss in a logical level. I will go for 25 to 25, 1:1. I got stopped out over here. What is my bias? Of course, bullish, right? I'm bullish. This candle which have appeared in 9:30, okay, this is that candle which has closed above this new opening gap. What I'm looking for? Buy run, bullish for that buy side liquidity. So I would love to take my buy here. While it happened, that was my order block, the lowest down close body close candle. I clearly told that I'm not interested to use this candle as my order block because this is an indecisive candle. I'm not interested to mark it as my order block. So this is my order block. If this candle tap to this order block, I would love to take the buy from that order block, but I can't take it because of the stop loss. It's gonna be huge stop loss. I won't be able to take that stop loss. Unfortunately or fortunately, it didn't tap to this order block. Why this is order block? Market has taken this low, sell side liquidity has been taken, market structure shift, fair value gap. Forget about the first presented fair value gap. Fair value gap. Trade that fair value gap. This is my perfect best order block, the best order block. Tap to this order block. I'm looking for that buy until that buy side liquidity. What happened? Market didn't came to this order block. I missed that trade. Market came here and come until this area where exactly to that rejection block. While market came to this rejection block, I have nothing to do over here, nothing at all. Then market fall. Where did it came? Take that liquidity, trade that order block one more time. See this order block that has been traded by this candle. Now here, this too is the consecutive order block. It has traded the order block. Now I don't need to use this order block anymore. Why is that? Because if I would love to use this order block again, I will face the same problem. What problem? Stop loss problem. So I'm not interested to use this order block from the setup, 22 YT model setup. Instead, I would love to use this candle as my order block from the first presented gap. Why you are giving the priority to this first presented gap? Because this gap has the power to switch the bias. That means if I'm bearish, it can stop the market and make the bias bullish. If I'm bullish, it can be broken and then the whole day market can keep falling. What happened yesterday around the morning session, if you remember. While this is the lowest down close body close candle which has traded this first presented gap, and this specific candle closed above that candle, that is my order block. So I have framed my first trade in the morning session from this order block. I took the entry from this area, very specific. That area was not able to cover that order block. Look, I am bullish. I am framing the buy. All of this sell, I don't care. How I am framing my trade, everything was before it happened on the chart. This should be my stop loss. I'm not able to do that because of the stop loss. So I will put my stop loss below that candle, just below that candle that has validated this order block. Also, I'm going to cover that rejection block. Why I'm going to do that? because I'm not able to cover the order block because of the stop loss. But where should be the stop loss? There. I will take that risk over here. Where should be my target? This buy side liquidity is going to be my target. Now, am I going to hold my trade for 313 handle? I will never do that. I never do that. So maybe this is my buy side liquidity. Okay, new buy side liquidity over here. If you see, this was I have marked as my buy side liquidity, if I'm not wrong, this high and that high, or all of these highs, this was my new buy side liquidity. I am more interested to look for that buy side liquidity over here, 215 handle. By here, where I'm going to take the partial. I took the partial, if I'm not wrong, I guess I took the partial here somewhere. I don't remember, okay, but our partial was around 79 handle. So here, yeah, I took the partial above that candle, and I told that just take the partial randomly around this area. Just take the partial randomly and then trail your stop loss. Either trail your stop loss or get a stop loss to the break even, whatever you want to do. You are going to be profitable. 1:2, at least 1:2. How much it has provided you? 135 handle because of the volatility. I don't want to show you this. This was my random partial, okay? Because I don't have any other level over here to take the partial. Brother, you are wrong. Market didn't take that buy side liquidity. No, I'm not seeing it like that way. Our first trade was a profitable trade. Then this market came here to that specific candle. I told that it has traded this order block. So this is my propulsion block because this candle has traded the order block. This is my propulsion block. I framed my next buy from this propulsion block. Sorry, let me mark that. Now, maybe you took one contract entry here. You took one contract entry. You have no way to take the partial. Close your trade over there. I repeat, close your trade in the partial level. Just close it. But here I put the random partial. I could go for this order block here. I could go for that order block to take my partial. But in that moment, I didn't watch this market that much carefully. I just took my partial over here and I'm okay with that. While I have seen this propulsion block, I framed my new next setup over there. From this propulsion block, everything was in live. I have to cover just the order block open. See this order block? Here, I'm going to mark the open now. See this order block open? I have to cover just that open of that order block. I told that as this is the midnight open, just below the order block open, I'm more interested to cover that midnight open. So my stop loss was 33 handle 75 3T. It was specifically that thing. Please ask me the question while I will be done. Then tell me exactly what is your question, but while I will be done. I told that take the partial around 1:1. Unfortunately, I put my target around 39 handle. So I was not able to move it to 33 handle, and I told that take your partial around 1:1. Now how far it went? 1:2.14. You don't need that buy side liquidity, which is until 190. You don't need it. It is more than enough for being profitable. 39 handle or maybe 40 handle. After taking the partial, you will get a stop out over here. Okay, so I didn't get the boom. Both of this trade has given me the partial. Both of this partial is 1:2. If you go for the 1:2, but of course it's not 1:2, it was 1:1. I just took my partial around 1:1. Then got stopped out. This time I'm not interested to look for sell. So though that guy who told me that, Newson I guess, and he also commented me in my YouTube channel and told me that, brother, I don't listen to them. If I'm not wrong, I don't listen to them who told that SMT doesn't work. So you don't know about the SMT doesn't work. SMT is most powerful or blah 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 blah, blah bullshit. He was talking about bullshit. I just reacted over there because in my phone it shows a notification, so I just react and I didn't reply to him. Who can tell me that I ever told that SMT is bullshit? Who can tell me that? I just told that I'm using my one monitor. I am not able to use the SMT, so I'm not using the SMT. If you watch my execution video around 2023 August, you will see that I didn't take not even a single trade where there is no SMT. My every execution video is in my YouTube in the execution folder. Go and check everywhere. I marked the SMT clearly because I'm the fan of SMT. I'm the fan of SMT right now. I'm not able to use the SMT because I'm using this one chart. Those guys will come and show me the SMT. I will prove them wrong thousands of the time because they don't know what is SMT. Sometimes they will see it will work and they will start to, you know, like fly. Oh man, I know the SMT. What is the SMT? Those people who are in my live, I mean, in my YouTube channel, who are the members, please watch the live streaming where I explain the SMT. And then I came to public live. How many times I've shown you that fake SMT or something like that, whatever it is. Okay, so that was the entry. Then this was falling, is falling. What did I say? No man, I'm not interested to take any sell. Then here was the buying opportunity. So Shutipong, or who was that? Sharoda, Shutipong, but one of them told that, brother, it is not trading a random level. It is trading the 1 minute last fair value gap. That was the 1 minute last fair value gap. It has traded that 1 minute last fair value gap. Now it is reversal. I told that, no brother, I'm not interested to see that it is going to reverse from there. I'm more interested to see that after that run it will start to fall again. I'm not interested to look for buy. I would love to see the sell, but if I frame the sell, where exactly I will start to frame the sell? From here, from the order block. You remember I was keep trying to mark the order block, but market never made the order block. While I missed the order block entry over here, and I have seen this order block has been traded around this area. This order block has been traded. I told that I'm not interested to look for my sell anymore. I am more interested to look for sell from the first presented gap. The first candle will close below this fair value gap. I would love to prefer to take that sell until this last fair value gap. Then if it can break this last fair value gap, it is going to take this sell side liquidity. I'll just put it randomly, okay? This sell side liquidity, and it will trade this fair value gap. I will start to look for buy again, if and only if it can break that last fair value gap. So if I frame a sell here, I will take the entry over here. I clearly told you, nobody copy my trade. I'm not interested to take the sell. I'm just framing this sell for the sake of this conversation. No sell is valid to me. I'm more interested to look for buy. No sell is valid to me. So those people will come for 5 minutes and they will listen. Oh, okay, he's framing the sell. He's framing the sell and he's looking for that sell side liquidity. So this is a bearish market. Brother, you are wrong. You told in the morning session you are bearish. Now market has given me 100 point, 500 point up run. You are wrong. See these people are absolutely absurd. I'm sorry. I'm really so rude if someone just come and complain something like that. While this candle appeared, I was looking for the body close, and when I have seen that this market has traded this fair value gap, I clearly told that I'm very happy to see market has traded this fair value gap, because if market close below this candle, below this fair value gap, then I will have a problem to think that this market can retrade this fair value gap. It can be traded. So if it has been traded already, I don't need to think about that anymore. Then this candle around 10:59 closed below this first presented gap. The very next candle, I would love to take the sell. Remember, I'm not going to take this sell. I'm going to explain it for the sake of this conversation. My stop loss is going to be, I think it was just above here or here, I don't remember. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. I really don't remember. If I'm not wrong, I was framing the constant encroachment of that first presented gap. I just don't remember where I put my stop loss, or because I was not looking for sell. Okay, I was not looking for sell, so I don't remember where I put my stop loss. So I can be wrong just about putting my stop loss. Where did I put? I don't remember. My target is this last fair value gap. There is nothing I have targeted. I have targeted this last fair value gap because it has the power to stop the market and send it higher. This candle, look at that candle, and I'm going to show you how much is the handle of this candle. 181 handle candle. 1 minute candle is 181 handle. There was some tariff news or something, so this is just a bad luck. It was an accident. it should not go over there, but because of that tariff it happened. When it happened over there, I clearly told that, now I'm going to remove this, I'm going to put it like this way, okay. I told that I'm not even interested to see that body close below this candle and then retest this gap. While this thing happened, the very next candle go little below of this candle, this fair value gap. If it closed below this, I'm okay with that. If it even doesn't close, I would love to take the entry from this candle. Wherever I can take that entry. If I can take that entry to the top of this candle, good. To the close of this candle, good. To the open of this candle, good. Maybe a bit below this fair value gap, good. Wherever I'll get my opportunity, I'll take my entry over there. Stop loss will be same thing. I don't remember where I told that I'm going to put my stop loss. I really don't remember. Going to target this fair value gap, specifically that fair value gap. That is going to be my target. Then I told that some of you can think that okay brother, you told that before, after it happened, so this is going to be your opportunity to take the sell. If you would love to take the sell, I'm not interested to take the sell, but this is the logical level, the thing I was waiting. This is going to happen. So this market is going to fall from this fair value gap. So it is your opportunity. Market is too much generous, too much gentle, because it is giving me the entry opportunity. I clearly told those type of word. Market is too much generous, too much gentle. That is why it is providing me the entry opportunity. Again, I don't remember where I put my stop loss, and I told that this is going to be my target over here. After taking some partial, where you would love to take the partial, it's up to you. I have no problem with that. While this market has built this order block around this area, I marked that order block. That is the next entry opportunity. If you miss that entry from here, you can take your entry from this order block. This candle validate this order block, tap to this order block, and then boom, this candle has given you boom. Now this is all I told. If you this thing I'm framing for the sake of this conversation, no sell is valid to me. I'm not interested to frame any kind of sell. Came here, while it came here around 11:24, I was doing the giveaway, and then I explained what I'm going to expect in the PM session. I'm going to repeat that one more time for the sake of this conversation. Already 20 people left the stream. I'm okay with that, but I'm going to finish it so fast. Okay, if you don't get tired, too much information, stop explaining and enjoy the close. Jack, just let me finish this, because I have started. If I don't finish it, I will feel like, man, I was not able to finish it. Before closing my stream, I told that three type of scenario I'm expecting. First, this market will take this sell side liquidity and come to this 15-minute last fair value gap. I will start to look for buy again for this to buy side liquidity. Okay, sorry, this to buy side liquidity. No, there was some buy side liquidity. Some buy side liquidity was here. I don't remember all the buy side liquidity. Whatever, this to buy side liquidity will be my target. But my trade will be until this new opening gap low. This is the first case of scenario. I will go for the buy. If it provide me any entry opportunity from here, I'll go for the buy until this area. Then I will wait for 15-minute candle close. Then I will start to look for buy again from here to here. I'm showing you how to look for the bias and how to use that bias, how to frame the trade. This is the first opportunity or first case of scenario. Second case of scenario, it will take that liquidity and it will close below this 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, it will close below this 15-minute fair value gap. I'm done for the day. I'm not interested to trade anymore. Whatever it is going to happen, I'm not interested to touch this market. It will take that buy side liquidity. I don't care about that. It will keep falling. I don't care about that. This is the second case of scenario. The third case of scenario, it will fail to take this liquidity and trade that 15-minute gap. Instead, it will close above this new day opening gap. While it will close above this new day opening gap, I'll start to look for buy again for this buy side liquidity. This is the third case of scenario. What happened in this market? Third case of scenario. The first two cases market didn't do. This is the third case of scenario. It happened over there, and I showed you the rest in the PM session. In this whole thing, where did I tell I am bearish? What should I say those people? What should I say them? Those. Let's enjoy the closing, okay? Let's enjoy the closing. Then I came here, I framed that trade as well. Hey Jack, thanks for that, man. I must leave. Thanks for the stream and have a great weekend. You all, good night. You're most welcome, brother. Thanks for supporting. This is my problem. After marking all the arrays and liquidities, I become blind. I mean, I can't think. How should I think about the direction now? Brother, you are rushing. You can't rush it. You have to slowly. You have to go slowly, brother. If you rush, it will take more time. So don't rush. Go slowly. Go slowly. Fail again, again and again. Fail again, again and again. And then you will get your... How old are you, Sachin? I'm sorry, brother, but how old are you? The thing I explained, now compare yourself with my explanation. Where did you wrong? Where did you do the wrong things? Compare, okay? The thing I explained, now compare yourself where you are wrong. 21, man, you're just a kid, man. I mean, you're just too young. You have a lot of time. Give it time. More time. Give it time. By the way, guys, next week I will do one more giveaway. So I have already got accounts from the Take Profit Trader. I'm going to give them to you guys. I don't need to give them to you. I can trade them by myself, but I would love to give them to you. So whoever is going to be the winner, they're going to get that Take Profit Trader account. Then just about the liquidity, I know it's last hour, but just let's assume it wasn't last hour. Then would you consider it in relatively equal? Brother, first time then price. What do I mean by that? Time and price are the best friend. Okay, so as the question you have asked, assume it is not the last hour, would you go for that sell? If it was not the last hour, this market wouldn't do this type of situation. There would be different type of situation. So you have to think about the time first. Without time, this price action is useless. So if I can't assume that, because I can't think like that way, because all of my thinking depends on the time. So I can't simply say that, okay, brother, if it was not last hour, I could go for that area. No, I can't say like that way. I have to think about the time. What is the time? Is that starting of the PM session? Is that the morning session? Is that the is it just before the lunch hour, or is it lunch hour, or it is the last hour, or is it after 2:30? So all of these things are all related with each other. So first time, then price. I can't simply say that if it was not last hour, I could go for that sell, or this market would go for that buy. Do you understand what do I mean by that? No, I understand, but I am trying to understand how to mark liquidity. It is too much easy. It's too simple. Go for relatively equal highs, go for relatively equal lows. Then work with your bias. Let me explain it a bit more. See this relatively equal lows here? Just mark that as your sell side. Then mark that buy side liquidity, because they are the relatively equal highs. Is it hard to mark? Absolutely not. It's absolutely easy to mark the liquidity, right? Buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. Now your job is to find your bias. Are you bullish? If you are bullish, while it will fall, don't give a shit about that sell side liquidity. While it will fall, if you have the bullish PD array, you will start to look for buy again, or go for the buy side liquidity. Don't care about that sell side liquidity. It is valueless. Now this market is here, okay, very near to this buy side liquidity. Now it is going for that sell side liquidity. Do you know most of the people do the wrong thing here? They start to switch their bias to sell. That is the wrong thing. You can't do that. Instead, what you will do, you will wait. It didn't take that buy side liquidity, okay? Then it is waiting. It is falling. Every single bullish PDRA, you will look for the buying opportunity. If you get it, take it. If you didn't get the buying opportunity and you are seeing that market is taking that sell side, let him take it. Let him take it. Wait for this last parallel gap. It came here. The bullish PDRA, start to look for buy again. This is you are going to do. But most people do the wrong thing and they start to look for sell because they are seeing it's a clean sell. I'm wrong with my bias. No man, you are not wrong with your bias. You are wrong with your patience. You are not patient enough. Do you understand, brother? Okay, thanks, brother. We highly appreciate your time for teaching. I'm watching you from South Africa. Hey, Medalana, thank you, brother, for joining us. I hope you will be benefited a bit from us, from our group, from our community. Per day, a man teach you how to fish, you eat a lifetime. Absolutely, I agree with you, Jerry. ICT is doing that. ICT is giving how to fish so that I can eat for a lifetime. So my confusion is sometimes I see you mark relatively equal lows and relatively equal highs, then sometimes I see you just mark single swing low. No man, I don't mark the single swing low, man. I never mark the single swing low. If I mark them to see that if it can go very near to that single swing high to make the relatively equal highs, so that later I can go for that relatively equal highs. What do I mean by that? For example, this mark. Let me come here and let me explain it a bit. Think that. Forget about everything. Think that there is no buy side liquidity. Okay, this market is going higher. Sorry, this market is going higher. Okay, I don't have any buy side liquidity, but my bias is bullish, but I don't have any buy side liquidity, so this market is going higher. So what I will do, I will start to mark the swing high. Think there is no other swing high. I have just one swing high. I have marked that, but that is not my buy side liquidity. So I'm waiting. Why I'm waiting? To see that if this market can go very near to that buy side liquidity. Okay, so something like here, it came to this area. Now it has built the buy side liquidity to me. Now I have the buy side liquidity. Okay, until then I didn't have the buy side liquidity. Market came here, made the buy side liquidity. Now I will wait to see if the market can fall and then give me the buying opportunity for that buy side liquidity. Is that clear, brother? I need the reply because while I am explaining something, I need the reply. Ravi, Jerry's wake. Okay, Jason, thanks for that. Penguin, do you use New York time? I use the New York time only because you are late for 2 or 3 ticks. I'm late for 2 or 3 ticks. My stream is a little delay, 5 seconds, I guess. I'm using New York time, New York local time. That's a very good explanation, Titu. Thank you. You're most welcome, Suziban. Thank you, brother, for doing this. You're most welcome. Sachin, can you please tell some steps to clear this thing, sir? I think I have cleared it. What you were asking, Sachin? Is that clear? Let me know, Netkit. Gangjong bro, have a nice weekend. We'll see you live on Monday, inshallah, if I'm not dead. Sorry, I think I missed it, but after you marked buy side and sell side, how did you determine your bias? No, I have already went through everything, so I'm not going to repeat that one more time, Netkit. I have went through all of these things, and I can't make it much more simple because, man, I have broken everything. Every single pitch I have broken. I can't make it much more clear. The rest you have to do, you have to join every day, at least for the first half an hour, while I am explaining my bias. You're most welcome, Jerry. Netkid, you got it. Okay, thank you. Sachin did not mark single swing. He marked the MOL. Okay. Clear my brother. Okay, thank you so much, Netkid. Yes, you're welcome. Most obviously good. Yeah, most obviously good. Something like that. Made it so clear, brother. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I tried my level best, brother. But if you ask me to break the bias again, I will say I surrender because I have no other way to break this thing into little more pieces. I have no idea. By the way, thank you so much guys for joining over here. I'm going to end my stream around 10,289. That is my only upset things. Otherwise, I'm really so happy because I got 80 subscribers today and I got all of you as my brother. I'm just waiting for your payouts screenshot to my payout area. That's all I'm waiting for. Give me that screenshot as soon as possible. So until the next time, everyone, I wish you will have the happiest weekend, and please give sometimes to this chart so that this chart is not going to get angry one. She's your girlfriend, she's your boyfriend, he's your boyfriend. Just give him, brother. I'm done, Netkit. For today, I'm done. I'm not going to going to explain anything else, man. My head is spinning now. I'm done. Next time, please ask me if you have any question, okay? So, yeah. Have a nice weekend. Until the next time, cheers, guys.